students, and welcome to your English class. Well students, in our previous session, we read about a little girl called Mary Lennox and her pet friend, the robin, who helps her find the key to the secret garden. Well my students, in today's session, we will continue with Mary Lennox and the robin and find out what does Mary see inside this garden. So, please turn to page number 85 in your textbook. The last line, then she slipped through it and shut it behind her and stood with her back against it, looking about her and breathing quite fast with excitement and wonder and delight. She was standing inside the secret garden. It was the sweetest, most mysterious looking place anyone could imagine. See, this is Mary Lennox and she is standing inside the secret garden. So look at her face. So she is filled with lots of different types of emotions at the moment. Excitement, wonder, delight. What do you mean by wonder? Wonder means surprise or amazement. Excitement is like she is eager to enter the garden and now she is inside the garden. And delight, I have already explained to you in the previous session, means great pleasure. So, she is now at the door of the secret garden, inside the secret garden. So, why does the author say it was the sweetest and most mysterious looking place anyone could imagine? Why is it the sweetest place? So, as soon as Mary entered the secret garden, there was a fragrance or a scent, sweet scent that she could smell. Now, for example, when you are passing by a baker's shop, there is an aroma that comes out of the baker's shop and it draws you inside his shop. And when you enter his shop, there is a rows of delicious looking pastries and your mouth starts watering looking at it, isn't it? Yes. So, Mary, when she enters the secret garden, first thing she makes use of is the sense of smell, and it is a scent or a fragrance that she is able to smell. And why is it mysterious? Because it's unknown to her. She doesn't know what is this smell, what is this scent about. Okay? So let's find out what is it. The high walls which shut it in were covered with the stems of climbing roses, which were so thick that they were matted together. Mary knew they were roses because she had seen a great many roses in India. Rose bushes covered the entire garden. Indeed, it was different from any other place she had ever seen in her life. So, she is still standing at the door of the garden. First, she smelled the sweet fragrance, and then she understood or she recognized it that they were roses because she had seen roses in India as a child. And how were these roses? See, they were all matted together. Matted together means stuck close and thickly together. It's like a braid. When you plait your hair, it's a braid. Thick and tight. All put together. So, they were roses that were matted together and they were all climbing onto the walls. All the walls were covered with roses. Can you imagine such a place? Have you seen such a place? I haven't seen such a place. So, it's really very beautiful. So, you can imagine along with Mary how beautiful this garden is. How still it is, she whispered. How still. Then she waited a moment and listened to the stillness. The robin, who had flown to his treetop, was silent too. He did not even flutter his wings. He sat without stirring and looking at Mary. No wonder it is still. She whispered again, I am the first person who has spoken in here for 10 years. Then she waited a moment and listened to the stillness. Stillness here means silence or quietness. Now she is at the door of the secret garden. She has smelled and recognized the roses. And now she is listening. What is she listening to? Can she hear any noise? No, there is nothing. There is absolutely no noise. It's silent. But still, she is listening to the stillness. In your class, when teacher says, I want pin drop silence, you like that stillness? You like that silence? Yes. And if somebody makes a little noise, you get disturbed because the silence is broken. So therefore, here Mary is enjoying the stillness, the silence within this garden. And she is not scared of this silence. She is enjoying each and every moment in this secret garden. And the robin too. Look at the robin. It's perching on a branch. And the robin too is helping her by not fluttering away, not making any sound or any noise at all. And he is looking at Mary. See how cute he is? Yes, he is looking at Mary and he is watching her. And he is observing how is she reacting to this secret garden. She moved away from the door, stepping softly as if she were afraid of waking someone up. She was glad that there was grass under her feet and that her steps made no sounds. Now she has begun to walk. All this time she was at the door and she had noticed the roses and the stillness and the sweet fragrance. And now she is beginning to walk. She is taking few steps further and she is doing it very carefully. When you are in a secret place, you do not want to awaken any insect or perhaps any animal. She is not sure if there is anything here. So she is taking all the precaution not to make any noise. And she is glad that there is grass under her feet. If there were tiles or if there was a concrete kind of surface, it would have made her footsteps would have made noises, and that could have broken the silence in the garden. But here, since there is grass, she is moving softly and slowly upon the grass. Now she is moving forward, and what is she enjoying? Let's see. The sun was shining inside the four walls, and the high blue sky over it seemed softer and more brilliant than it was anywhere else. Now she has noticed even the sun, which shines every day and everywhere. It shines in your garden, in the parks, everywhere it shines. But today she has noticed it because the sky is clear and blue, and the rays that are falling inside the garden is making the scenery or the scene very brilliant to look at. And she is enjoying this blissful moment. Blissful means she is enjoying this perfect, beautiful moment in nature. The robin flew down from his treetop and hopped about or flew after her from one bush to another. He chirped a good deal and had a very busy air, as if showing her things. Now look at the robin. The robin is very excited and he is happy that Mary entered the secret garden, and it is after 10 years that somebody is entering. It was unknown and unseen. Not any bird or animal or human has ever come here. So now the robin is feeling proud and important to have escorted or led the way for Mary to discover the secret garden. So he's chirping. Now he's starting to make noises. He's chirping and he's hopping from one bush to another. So he's really very happy. Everything was strange and silent, and she seemed to be hundreds of miles away from anyone, but she did not feel lonely at all. Everything was strange and silent. Why was it strange as well as silent? Silent because no one has ever spoken here in the past 10 years. And it was strange because the garden itself was a beautiful place, not something that we have ever seen before. It is not like the gardens we have in our plots or the garden that her uncle, whose home she lives now or resides in. So this garden was special and different, with roses all over the walls and soft grass on the ground and the brilliant sun rays falling on it. It gives you a different feeling, and she is enjoying this blissful moment here with nature, with no disturbance, only she and her pet robin. She seemed to be hundreds of miles away from anyone. Why hundreds of miles? This is the home of her uncle, but within that plot or within that area, this is a secret place where no one knows ever that this ever existed. So she feels that she is far away from the normal hustle and bustle of life. She is away from everyone, but she is not feeling lonely. She is not feeling scared, lonely. When you are in a secret place, you feel scared that can you get back home or not. But now Mary is not at all lonely. She is not scared because she is in a safe place. And the pet robin is here to give her good company. So, with this, my dear students, we have come to the end of this chapter, The Secret Garden. Did you enjoy? Yes, I did enjoy it. And in my mind, I was traveling with Mary, and I too was imagining this beautiful garden with roses all over the walls, because we do not see such gardens in our daily life. So, what are the meanings that we have studied today? Wonder. Wonder means surprise, amazement. Matted together, stuck, close and thickly together. And what do you mean by stillness? Stillness means silence, quietness. And for your assignment, my dear students, this you have to write in your rough book. What kind of relationship do you think Mary and Robin share? You can write it in your own words. Simple, just about a paragraph. Now, I want you to turn to page number 87. We'll start with the exercises. Play with words. Now, I will read the sentences one by one. The first sentence. Mary saw something buried under the soil. The second sentence. Take off your shoes or you'll soil the carpet. Now in both the sentences, as you can see, soil is highlighted and soil is repeated in both the sentences. But the meaning of soil is different in both the sentences, while the pronunciation and the spelling is the same. So what is the meaning in the first sentence? In the first sentence, the meaning of soil means mud or earth. Mary saw something buried under the soil. That means mud or earth. And in the second sentence, take off your shoes or you will soil the carpet. Here it means that to make dirty. You are making the carpet dirty. So what do you call such words? Such words are called homonyms. In both the sentences, the word soil is written and pronounced in the same way, but it has different meanings. Such words that have the same spelling and pronunciation but different meanings are called homonyms. So, let us have a small practice session. So, these are a few examples. The first example, fan. What comes to your mind when we say the word fan? It will be a device creating a cool current of air. Now, we'll make a sentence out of fan. A fan is rarely used during the winter season. What is the other meaning of fan? It means an enthusiastic admirer or supporter. Will we make a sentence out of it? Yes. Reva is a big fan of Amitabh Bachchan. So in the first sentence, it is a device, talking about a device, and in the second sentence, we are talking about a supporter, a big fan of a celebrity. Another example, to make it more clear to you, nail. What comes to your mind? A small metal spike with a flat head. A sentence, the nail pierced through the thick wooden door. And what is the other meaning of nail? A thin hard layer over the tip of your finger. We all have nails, isn't it? So, we'll make a sentence out of it. School students are not allowed to apply nail polish. So here, the word nail is pronounced in the same way in both the sentences and it has the same spelling, but the meaning is different. So these words are called homonyms. So now you can turn to page number 88 in your textbook, exercise D. Fill in the blanks with the correct homonyms from below to match the meanings. So this is the meaning of one of these words. You have the options below, so that is paste, bow, bang and match. Now you can see which one is the answer. The first one, a small thin stick of wood used to light a fire. I suppose you have found the word. Let's see the other meaning. It means a game where teams compete with each other. So I suppose you have found out the right answer. Yes, it is match. Now let's try another one. It means a place of business where people keep money. You can match it with the options above. Paste, bow or bank. Now what does the other meaning say? The side or edge of a river where land begins. I think you have guessed it, right? Yes, it is bank. So bank is a place where people keep their money and the bank of a river. That is the dry part where we stand to cross the river. Now, let's move on to the next exercise E in your textbook on page number 88. Match the animals with their sounds. The first one is done for you. Bears. The sound is the bear's growl. Now let's see the second one. It's in your textbook. I want you to complete it in your textbook. Camels. What is the sound of the camel? Camel grunts. Okay. And the third one, dolphins. What is the sound of a dolphin? Dolphins click. Then the fourth one, seals. What is the sound of a seal? Seals bark. And the fifth one, hyenas. Have you watched National Geographic or Animal Planet? You must have seen hyenas there. Hyenas laugh. They laugh just like human beings. Next, 6. Lambs. You know what a lamb is? Mary had a little lamb. Lamb is a young one of a sheep. So what do lambs do? The sound of a lamb. Lambs bleat. Yes. And the 7th one, owls. What do owls do? Owls hoot. And the last one, pigeons. What is the sound of a pigeon? Pigeons coo. Okay. So this you can complete in your textbook. This exercise has to be done in your textbook. Now this is the F. This is also in your textbook. I will do 2 examples from the textbook. The remaining you have to complete it in your textbook itself. F. Identify the misspelled words in the sentences and rewrite the sentences correctly. The first one. Mary thought in her excitement that the robin was the guardian of the secret garden. Could you identify which are the words that are misspelled? There are 2 words that are misspelled in this sentence. Yes, it is excitement and guardian. So, we rewrite the sentence with the right spelling. Mary thought in her excitement that the robin was the guardian of the secret garden. Now the second one, students. The debate was a difficult challenge, but Nupur was quite confident. Now what are the misspelled words here? I think you have guessed them. Yes, it is difficult, challenge, not challenge, and quite, not quiet. So, how do we rewrite it? The debate was a difficult challenge, but Nupur was quite confident. I have a few instructions for you. So, the exercises that I have done in this video, that is B, play with words on page number 88. I want you to complete questions from 3 to 6 in your textbook itself. And the last one, that is F, spellings on page number 89. I want you, that is misspelled spellings that we have just completed. I want you to complete the questions from 3 to 8 in the textbook itself. And the remaining grammar part we will see in another video. So, till then, take care.